Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Linux Tech Geek. I am your host, Chris, and I've been wanting to give myself a little challenge. I've been wanting to try DWM and all of the suckless utilities and run them for about 30 days. Now, I've ran DWM plenty of times in the past in a virtual machine, but I actually installed DWM on physical hardware, and I've been really wanting to try out this window manager. I'm pretty good in C, so the configuration hasn't been that big of a problem for me. I've patched this thing to hell and back. I've got Simple Terminal running as my terminal. I got Surf installed, but for some reason it's giving me a segmentation fault. I do need to figure out what's going on with that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump over to the keyboard. I'll show you guys everything I've installed. I'll show you guys all the patches I got working, and I will tell you about this little challenge that I'm doing. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and open up a terminal here. I am on Gentoo Linux, by the way. I have installed Gentoo on physical hardware. I've been wanting to do that for a while too. Normally I just run Gentoo in a virtual machine, but I really like this distribution, so I went ahead and installed it on physical hardware. So you guys that like Gentoo, you can look for more videos regarding just going over some Gentoo stuff. But as you can see, I am running the ST terminal right here. And let's go ahead and check out the patch. We'll go ahead and check out the patches that I have installed. I'll tell you a little bit about those, and then we'll check out my configuration file, and then I'll go over some of the other suckless utilities, as well as some of the patches that I've kind of messed with. So go to source, and I keep all of my DWM stuff in my source directory. So let's go ahead and go to patches. So the patches I have installed is the DWM Always Center patch. What this pretty much does, this makes it where I'm pretty sure what this does is, I don't know the keybind, but I'm pretty sure what this does is when you open up a scratch pad or anything like that, it will always make that scratch pad in the center of the screen, because if you do not have some kind of center patch, then your scratch pad might like open up like over in here and stuff. So the DWM attach below patch, what that does is, as you can see, when I open up a new terminal or a new anything, it's going to put it at the bottom there, and that's going to become like the newest thing that I open. So by default, what DWM does is it replaces your main or your master window, and I don't like doing that. So the auto start patch, what this allows you to do is have a auto start script. So as you can see, you have to make a hidden directory called DWM, and then you make a auto start sh script, and in there you can run like right now I have nitrogen, and that's for wallpaper stuff. I'll also have PyCom. PyCom is a compositor. However, with my PyCom, I'm using a fork that allows for more like Gaussian blur effects and rounded corners and all that stuff. So I am using a fork of the official PyCom, but it works and I really like it. And then I'm using SL Status. Now, SL Status is another suckless utility, and that's what's giving me my date and time at the top there. So I'm not doing any kind of like weird bash scripting or anything like that. I just pretty much have a function and it's getting my time. Now, my status bar is pretty plain right now. I do know that. I just got DWM installed, I think, like last night. So I haven't had a ton of time to kind of play around with it, but that's another reason why I wanted to do this like 30-day challenge, is because I'm probably not going to upload a video every single day. That would be rather boring, but I'm going to try to upload a video like about once a week and show you guys kind of what I've done to DWM, and you can see all of the changes that I make over this like 30-day challenge. So should be pretty cool. But let's get on with the patches. So the next patch is bar padding. What this allows you to do is have padding in your status bar, and I'm pretty sure you can set padding by the window to the status bar too. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then the next patch is cycled layouts. What cycled layouts allows you to do is, like, let's say I did that, and then I had just something like that. So we can just cycle through stuff, because by default DWM does not allow you to cycle layouts. And I don't know the keybind. Okay, so that's the keybind. So you can see I'm just cycling through the layouts. But that's what that patch allows you to do. So pretty cool. This is one of those functions that I think should be enabled by default with DWM. That's not, so we have to patch it. Next patch is per tag. What per tag allows you to do is have a different layout per tag. So what are tags? Well, up here, that 1 through 9, those are tags. DWM calls these tags, other window managers, I believe, call them like virtual workspaces. So in DWM, by default, you only get one layout for all 9 of your tags. I don't like that. I want different layouts per tag, and that way, like I can do stuff like this. I can come over here, I can make this look like that, then I can get on tag 2, and as you can see, like, I can have my 50-50 or whatever. I wish I had more layouts to kind of show you guys, but I do not at the moment. Is it A or it's L? All right. Restart SIG. So what restart SIG does, it allows you to restart DWM without logging out. This patch is just a time saver. That's all it is. A lot of your other window managers, you can, make the configuration file. You can reload the window manager, and all your new, changes will take effect. By default, DWM does not allow you to do this. In fact, during most of the patching that I've done, I had, every time I made a patch and I did the make install, I had to log out, log back in to see the changes. So I said, forget that. I'll just use that restart SIG patch, and yeah, it works. I would show you guys that, but I'm afraid that if I did that, it would kill OBS. So There is a keybind to do it. The default keybind is the super key, Control, Shift, and Q. I'm probably going to change that, but that's the default for right now. All right, the rotate stack patch. I think I already showed you that. Yeah, I already showed you that. So the rotate stack is that right there. This is the stack. The other patch that I was showing you earlier was the cycled layouts, and I couldn't show you the cycled layouts because I don't have too many layouts. I only think I just got 2, I believe, right now. But that's the rotate stack patch. It just allows you to take a window and rotate it, you know, clockwise or counterclockwise. The scratch pads. Okay, so scratch pads. You don't know what a scratch pad is? Let me see if we can look at my source real fast. New cat. Config def.h. I want to see if I have a default keybind for one of these scratch pads real fast. I don't think I have. Tag keys. I'm trying to look for this, my scratch pad. Okay. Mod key and Y. So, I gotta fix this, but that's my scratch pad right there. Y'all seen it. I just opened up. Let me get on a new workspace. So, that's my scratch pad. Yes. It's not supposed to be like that, but it's kind of how it is right now. I think I just have some kind of configuration messed up or something, but that's scratch pads. Pretty much all have 5 or 6 different scratch pads. What it does is allows you to have an application that runs. So a lot of people do like your music player, Pavu control, a terminal, maybe like Ranger or LF or something like that, and then you can like toggle that on and off, and it just kind of, it's always running, but it's never being shown, if that makes sense. And then I got the status 2D patch. What this patch allows us to do, so by default, DWM does not show colors in the status bar. So when after I configure the status bar, I'm gonna have some colors and like icons and stuff. Status 2D will allow us to have colors. And then I got the swallow patch. Now this patch is pretty cool. What this patch allows us to do is like swallow windows. So if you don't know what window swallowing is, let me get over here and then I'll do SXIV and then we'll just do so I hope you guys seen that, but what it does is allows the application to swallow the terminal, because by default what happens usually when you open up an application is it's going to make another window like this, and that window will be the application. So then you're stuck with a extra terminal that's really not doing anything. So I have swallowing, and it's good for playing movies and stuff like that, or videos. because it just swallows the whole thing, and it uses more screen real estate when you have it enabled. So I quite like that. And then last but not least, we got vanity gaps. Now, what vanity gaps is just another gap patch, pretty much. I think it has some other functionality, like I can put gaps in different places, but all it is a gap, a gap patch. If you don't know what gaps is, these are gaps. So right here, like these are all gaps where you can kind of see, gap between my status bar and right here, and then right here and over here, and I can configure all of that. Now what's cool and what I have configured is, watch what happens when I close this window. You see that? My gaps went away. I have something called smart gaps turned on. So it uses full screen if there's no other windows active. But as soon as a window becomes active, we get gaps. And then we can close it. No gaps. So I think that's pretty neat. Next, let's actually check out the go ahead and check out the source code, or not the source code, but the configuration. And I'll kind of show you what I've done. So I've got 2 pixels for my border pixels. The border is like the line around each window. Not sure what these snaps do. Snap pixel, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to play around with that some, just to kind of, so I can see a visual on that. Right here I have swallow floating. I have that turned off, because if you have that turned on, so if I had this to 1, it would turn it on, and it would do windows swallowing on all floating windows, and I don't want that feature. So right here is all my variables for my gap control. Like I said before, I got smart gaps turned on. I have the bar turned on. I could turn the bar off if I wanted to, but I just got to turn on. Of course, I'm using it at the top. And then right here, my burp pad and side pad, that's just the padding from that bar padding patch. My fonts, I am using Source Code Pro Nerd font. I recommend, if you are going to be showing glyphs, or if you're going to be showing symbols or image, just any type of font that's different from like just a typical mono font, I recommend using some kind of font that supports glyphs and symbols and all those different things that fonts can kind of show now these days. So I do use Source Code Pro, and I use the Nerd font for that, and it's like my favorite font. So I don't have any of this stuff configured yet. I do have dmenu installed, but I do not have it patched, and I think that'll be the next thing after I get Surf working. Dmenu will be the next thing that I get working, or patched correctly, I should say. So these are like colors and stuff, and I'll be ricing this thing out, I'm pretty sure. But right now it's just default. All right, so right here is for scratch pad stuff. I can have multiple scratch pads. So as you can see, I have one for Ranger, and I have one for just a simple terminal, and I have another one for keep pass. I'm gonna get rid of this one. This was just the code that that came in with the patch. For tags, I do have 1 through 9 right now. However, I will be switching those to icons. I prefer icons instead of the numbers. All right, next we got the window floating rules. And I just got some basic stuff in here right now. Like, I haven't done too much. The only thing I've done, I added this alacrity, and because I was trying to get window swallowing, working with it. So you can see that is terminal. When I have that set to 1, it'll do window swallowing. So I have alacrity to 1, and I have ST turn to 1, and I have that turn to 1 also. So I think this might be the reason that I'm getting weird things going on with my scratch pad. Couldn't think of the word. So different layouts. If I did want to install different layouts, this is where I would kind of configure those values and stuff like that. I may toy around with like one more layout, and the only other patch that I know 100% for certain that I'm probably going to be using is the keycord patch. I think I will install that patch, and then maybe another layout. Don't really know right now. So I just pretty much got the default layouts. And these would be the main layouts I would use anyway. So you got full screen and you got master and stack. I'm totally happy with those layouts. Right here, so I do use the super key instead of the alt key. The alt key is the mod key by default. I don't like that. I like it to be the super key. And then just going over some tagging stuff right here. This is just defining like D menu and ST terminal and stuff like that. Just variables. Right here is my actual keybinds. So pretty basic setup. I am going to be changing, I'm going to be changing a lot of this stuff. Some of this I may keep as default just because it makes sense, but some of it I am not going to be keeping it. Unfortunately. But you can see, like, there's my scratch pad stuff. Like, I want to configure my own keybinds for my scratch pads, the ones I'm going to be using. And then right here, you see that quit and quit right there. This quits out of the DWM, and this quit uses that restart sig patch. So that's why you see 2 of them right there, and then not sure what the one is at the end there. That's probably sending some kind of signal or something. Not sure what this is right here. I'm gonna have to do some reading. If you guys know what all of this stuff is, let me know. To me, it looks like mouse functionality. So let me get out of this, right, and quit that, and I'm gonna go ahead and make, and then make install since I alright. So I changed something there. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get into Surf. I mean, not Surf, but ST. And this is another program that I've never really played around with a whole lot. I've always used Alacrity as my terminal, but I gotta admit, I really like ST so far. I'll show you the patches I have installed. So I have the any size patch that will allow you to have ST at any size. I've got the clipboard patch, which gives you a clipboard. I got a copy URL patch. I haven't installed that one yet, but pretty much that allows you, if you have a URL, then you can do like a quick copy or something like that. I got Dracula. I do have that installed. That's my theme. I think that looks pretty good. I'm using the scroll back patch and the scroll back with the mouse patch. By default, ST does not allow you to scroll back. So what this patch allows me to do is, if I hold down the shift button on my keyboard, and if I use my mouse wheel up, you can see I'm scrolling up, right? And I'm going at a slow speed. Or if I want to go at a faster speed, I can hold down the shift key, and then I can use page up, and you can see we are scrolling a whole lot faster now. So that's what those patches allow you to do. And then the Vert Center patch, I forgot what that does. I think it has something to do with some text or something. And then the X Resources patch, what that allows you to do is, if you make an X Resources file, you can have ST read from that. So it could be a quick way to set your fonts. It could be a quick way to set themes, anything like that. And that's probably something that I'll do eventually. All right, now let's go over to, I would say let's look at the source code, but it's pretty basic. The only thing I've done is I've added Source Code Pro as my font of choice again. I have 2 border pixel size, and then I am running ZSH as my shell. That is pretty much the only thing that I've done with this so far. But like I said, I will be transitioning to the X Resources file as soon as I figure out how to do that. Now let's look at. So I have Surf installed, but it crashes. Let's look at SL status. Pretty much with SL status, this is the default configuration. I have not done anything with this yet. I'm kind of waiting to play with the status line until after I get most of DWM configured. And then the last, but we can check out Surf. I can try to run Surf. So you can see that's what happens when I run Surf. Don't know what's going on with that. It's probably something to do with WebKit or something. I'll probably have to recompile WebKit too. But that is what's going on. I do want to see. Okay, so I can configure, so I can configure everything pretty much with Surf. It's probably, I guarantee it's something to do with WebKit. It has to be. I kind of half-assed installed WebKit the other day, and I may have not added a couple options that I do need to add in, since I do compile everything from source. So it just may be something to do with that. I'm pretty sure I can get this working. Now I will go ahead and say right off the bat, I'm going to be playing around with Surf. I'm going to test it out, but it's probably not going to be my primary web browser. Just simply because it doesn't have enough features. And to watch like YouTube videos and, you know, to upload to YouTube and all that stuff, then I will need something a little bit more robust. Right now I've been using the Brave web browser, so, and I'm real happy with Brave, but I do want to get Surf. I do want to get it installed. I do want to get it running. And I do want to actually play around with it, so I can kind of give you guys my opinion regarding this browser. Is that it? Yeah, that looks to be about it. Well, guys, so that is about it. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you guys think this little project of mine, tell me if you think it's a good idea. If you guys have ever ran DWM, let me know. And if you have ran DWM, or if you still run DWM, leave me a comment. Let me know what you like about it, what you don't. Maybe also tell me some of the patches that you guys have installed. I have to say, the patching is a bit tedious, but I kind of like that feature because it really allows you to customize the window manager depending on your needs. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, you guys take care, be safe, and peace.